So I've been packing up all of my stuff that I need, and here in just a few minutes I'm going to be getting in my car and driving to Orlando, Florida for Booknet Fest and the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Granted, it's a little early for the Halloween party, but we're going while we're down there. But I wanted to come on here and go ahead and get this vlog started, and also to tell you like what I'm planning on bringing along with me. So I'm working on a buddy read of A Court of Thorns and Roses, so I'll be bringing this along, and I'm also taking this for a book defacing seminar, class, whatever. And I'm also bringing along Unnatural Creatures, story selected by Neil Gaiman, which is sort of the group read for Monsterathon. There's teams on Monsterathon, and each team has a certain story they're supposed to read, but I just plan on reading the whole book. So I'm bringing those. I'm also going to be listening to a bunch of different audiobooks on the way there and back, and I might throw in a couple of graphic novels as well. I'm not sure about that yet. And that's really it. As far as which audiobooks, don't know just yet. I'm actually letting people pick for me on Twitter. So I think my first audiobook is The Merciful Crow. I forget who it's by, but that is, I think, my first audiobook, and right now there's a poll up to see what my second one's going to be. So we'll see, and I'll just check in with you later. Don't know how much checking in I'm going to do today because I'm going to be driving all day, but I'm going to take my laptop along because I have editing to do while I'm down there. I was supposed to have everything done before leaving for this trip, but life happens and things kind of got pushed back. So yeah, I get to do a little bit of editing while I'm in Florida. Fun. I almost forgot to show you my outfit of the day. So I don't know if you saw my last vlog where I got these leggings from Loot Crate, but I'm just wearing a black t-shirt and my Star Trek leggings with the Enterprise all over them. And some flip-flops. Okay, time to get ready and go. So I'm stuck in Atlanta traffic right now. I think I'm moving about 10 miles an hour. When I'm moving, it's between 10 miles an hour and being stopped. The traffic is absurd, but I needed to do an update because I'm so tired, and talking helps wake me up. So okay, so I ended up leaving the house about an hour, actually almost 2 hours later than I wanted to. Originally I wanted to be out of the house by 8, but then I was like, you know, as long as it's between 8 and 9, I'll be fine. I didn't leave the house until 10, and then I had to stop somewhere and get an oil change. So I went to like this Valvoline instant oil change. They do like the 10-minute oil change. No, this oil change took a freaking hour. Like literally, they have a little timer clicking off how long you've been sitting there, and yeah, it was an hour. So yeah, now I'm just driving along. I'm what time is it? It's 2 o'clock now. Yeah, I'm stuck. See if I can show you. Look at all the cars. Here, look at my rear view mirror. All the cars. Lots and lots and lots of traffic. Okay. I don't know where I'm at in my audiobook. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this. It's The Merciful Crow, or Crows. And I don't know. I'm not super invested in any of the characters or any thing as far as the story goes. Here, hold on. See if I can tell you. I'm on chapter 10. So I'm probably like a third of the way through this book because it says there's only 27 chapters. So yeah, I'm over a third of the way and I don't really care about anything in it. I'm gonna keep listening though, but I don't know. Sometimes I think that it's best to not listen to fantasy. Contemporary seems to be a lot easier to follow when you're just, when you're listening to it, but when you're listening to fantasy, it's easy to kind of get lost in what all's going on. I don't think that's happened in this particular one, but I don't know. I may not be the biggest fan of listening to fantasy audiobooks. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go now. I just wanted to, literally I wanted to check in so I could wake up, but we are moving closer to 20 miles an hour now, so I should probably put the camera away. Alright, I'll talk to you later. We made it to Florida! Oh my gosh. So, it's been quite the adventure getting here so far. So I'm driving along and there's this like white SUV, and following the SUV was this really cool looking Porsche, and I was following behind the Porsche, and we're just driving along, happy as can be. And then all of a sudden, the SUV and the Porsche slam on their brakes. And it takes me a second to realize they've actually slammed on their brakes and not just slowed down a little bit. So I'm a little slower, and I almost hit the back of this beautiful Porsche. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And there's traffic on the other side of me. And on the opposite side, the reason why they're slammed on their brakes is because there's one of those double tire 18 wheel wheeler tires bouncing down the road. Yeah. It's literally like bouncing up higher than my car is and just bouncing down the road towards us. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been an adventure. Anyway, thought I'd check in with you, show you I've made it to Florida. I still have like 3 hours left of driving. This trip is becoming way longer than it normally would be. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Okay, so I'm gonna film outside for a second. I made it here to my Airbnb. It's a nice little townhouse. Okay, so normally when I do an Airbnb, I get the entire place, but I figured this time, because it was just me, I would be okay in one that had a private room. And so there are other people staying here, and I don't know that I feel okay with like filming in there because like they're like closed up in their bedrooms, so I'm awkward. Anyway, I made it. I'm going to lug in all of my stuff, and I'm probably gonna spend the evening editing because I do have a video that I need to edit. But oh my god, it's hot here, and it's hot in there too. Ugh, Florida. Oh, so I finished The Merciful Crow, and I think I give that a 3.5. For most of it, I thought I would give it like a 3-star, but there were a couple of things that I was just like, okay, that's super cute. I like that. Like, I really liked the relationship that formed in there, and then I also liked the little snarky bits. But for the most part, it was just, it was okay. So I give it 3.5. And then I was supposed to listen to Saw Kill Girls next because that's what everybody voted for, except my phone was being stupid. Like prior to the tire bouncing down the road thing, my phone started being stupid and wasn't charging properly, and I ended up having to stop at a gas station because my little plug that that goes into the cigarette lighter thing, it wasn't functioning right. So my phone was about to die, and I had to I restarted and a bunch of other stuff, and my phone just totally went stupid and glitched out, and all of my little icons are not in the right places, nothing's set the right way anymore, and all of the audiobooks from Scribd that I had downloaded, except for Merciful Crow, because I was listening to that, all the rest went away. Yeah, so I didn't want to like mess with a bunch of stuff while I was trying to, you know, continue on. So I just picked the next book I saw, and it was City of Ghosts, which was something I wanted to listen to anyway, so that's what I listened to. And I've only gotten just a little bit into that, maybe a couple of chapters, because with the phone issues I was having, I only started listening to it like half an hour ago, maybe something like that, 20 minutes ago. So I'm not too terribly far into that, but I imagine it'll be a quick read, so more than likely I may even finish it going to and from places while I'm down here. Okay, I'm sweating my butt off. I'm gonna go inside, and I will talk to you probably tomorrow. Okay, so it is Friday morning, whatever the date is, I don't know. September 6th, and I'm getting ready to head out and go over to Booknet Fest, but I finished getting ready. Okay, so I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Disney bounding. So Disney bounding is where you're like, you create outfits from regular clothes that resemble different Disney characters, and all of my outfits while I'm here are Disney bounding outfits. So today I have my Belle outfit on. So I have this cute little bracelet here. It's got a rose. It's got a little circle that says "A tale as old as time." We've got a little book that says "Once Upon a Time," and then the little teapot. And then here, I'll turn it to this mirror. This is my outfit. And my shoes. You can see all my makeup and stuff. There's my shoes. My outfit of the day. I don't feel as awkward filming in here during the daytime because, well, I think most people are either up and out of here, or I'm not worried about waking people up and stuff, so, because it's like 9 o'clock. But because it's 9 o'clock, I need to go because registration started at 9. So I will see you later. I totally forgot to show you my purse that's going with this outfit. Because, you know, the rose. Okay, now I'm gonna go. So I just went in to register, and I have to say, Florida, you are too muggy. Oh my gosh. Like, I guess the reason why the heat and the mugginess and stuff doesn't normally bother me when I come to Florida is because I usually come to get in the water. I'm usually here for scuba diving. Oh my goodness, this battery is gonna die. Great. Yeah, there's no scuba diving this trip, so I'm just going to freaking melt. But it's okay. Hopefully there's really good air conditioning in there. Also, the shoes that I'm wearing today, I'm glad I brought backups because these are just sit and look pretty shoes. These are not walk around shoes. All right, I'm gonna go in and try to find a place to sit and I guess read for a little bit and change out this battery because it's gonna die. All right, I'll talk to you later. Okay, so I'm about to have a freaking heat stroke outside of this hotel. Nobody that works here is helpful at all on where you should park for this event because you can't park in the front. You have to go into their paid parking. But once you go into their paid parking, there's two. Once you go into their paid parking, to get out, you have to pay $21 and something. They don't tell you which one of the paid parkings you should go into. So I've apparently gone into the wrong one. And there's limited places that you can go into the building without having a key. So I keep having to go from door to door trying to find where to possibly go in. And finally I found a place that I was able to go in, and they're like, okay, well, you need to be in the other parking lot, but if you go out of this parking lot, you're gonna have to pay. So they did finally tell me, oh, like sweat is rolling down my face. They did tell me just go all the way down to the gate to get out of here, but don't go out, and then I can just walk. Okay. And I've literally got sweat just rolling down my face. Like, it's ridiculous. We'll eventually find my way in here. Okay. Say hi. Say hi.
The state of the book community in your guys' opinion, because the whole event is about the book community online, how we're doing, what's going on, what we're talking about, what the big things are. So what do you guys think is like the big stuff happened in the last year or so with the online book community?
One day I'll be like, oh, I do booktube, and someone will go, that's great, and I'm, what? Fingers crossed.
I also like how over like the past year you've seen more and more people doing like the reading vlogs or doing vlogs, and so you get to see more of them as a person and like their lives. And
reading vlogs have exploded, you guys. I feel like it really has gained traction. I mean, they've been around for a while, but I feel like it's one of the things, along with readathons, that this year are just having a moment. Like everybody is having a vlog and readathon. So I love reading vlogs, and I have started. I'm gonna put together at the end of the year a like 2-hour-long vlog of me starting reading vlogs. just like, hey guys, I'm starting a reading vlog. That's all there is, over and over again. I keep trying, but I love reading vlogs. So it is very cool that we're getting to see like more of a personal side to people. I come from like the heyday of personal blogging. Is how I started with internet content, was just personal blogging and telling stories about my life. So there is a part of that, like getting to know somebody personally, that I'm like, oh my god, it's like 2000s personal blogs. I love it. So yes, I love it.
Yeah, it is really interesting to see how, for a while I was like, reading vlogs, like I don't have time to watch something like that. Now I'm like, reading vlogs? I'm gonna watch them, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm doing a reading vlog this weekend. like really. And I think it's funny too just to see how the community does evolve, because a couple years ago it was book tags. And like book tags are still around, but like not at the level that like the reading vlogs and the readathons, like creating a readathon is like the way to get noticed now. Or like before it was like create a cool tag, and now it's completely different, so it's fun. So as far as, we kind of brought up content a little bit, and a lot of us are here because we create bookish content online. So how do you balance that when maybe reading is not self-care, but you also have this like drive to make content?
I vlog everything.
Yeah.
I literally vlog everything. Like some of my reading vlogs on my channel, you can tell when I'm not reading a whole lot. You see my wrap-ups are like 3 or 4 books or whatever, and you'll see me vlogging like going to the bookstore, going like I'm not gonna read these books that I'm buying, but I'm gonna take you with me, washing my car, just really mundane things, and it's what you gotta do. Like if you want to be on there and you don't really, or what I do, if you don't really have any books to talk about, then I vlog literally every moment of my life.
I started doing 2-minute book reviews because I realized I wanted to read, but didn't necessarily want to do like a 30-minute discussion, book discussion, because I felt like for me personally that was becoming just more taxing. Like I wanted to read, and not necessarily, and I wanted to talk about the book, but I didn't necessarily want to create a 30-minute like truly break down this book. I want to tell you what the book is about and what I like about it, and now let's talk about it. But I'm gonna do this in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I do that in my vlogs. It's like the easiest way. If I don't have a lot of time out, I can just tell you for 15, 20 seconds what I thought of it at each moment of reading it.
That's actually a great idea. Yeah, it's a struggle I've constantly had. I've had my channel for quite some time, since 2014, and I am also a writer as well, so it's hard to balance the two at times, because if I'm reading a lot, that doesn't really leave a lot of room for me to be writing, and if I'm writing a lot, that vice versa. So it's definitely a struggle for me. When it comes to my channel, I would say at the beginning, the reading drove the content, or rather the pressure to have content drove the reading. I don't know if that made any sense, but just the pressure to like, I gotta connect, I gotta put out another video, like I want people to know what I'm reading, I want to talk to people. So that
my book now.
Yes, I need to get this review out. So that would force me in a weird way to read, especially read certain books. But as I've grown and gotten older and developed other interests alongside reading, now I feel more like I come to my channel to really share the books that have moved me in some way, whether positively or negatively, just to share, get my thoughts out there and see if other people feel the same way. So things have shifted a bit. Social media came about when I was thankfully out of college, and there were a lot of things, glad that weren't captured, but social media came out after that time. So it was kind of like that weird millennial spot where now, there are babies being born that will never know a world without social media and the internet, and I didn't have that experience. So I have this internal battle of being a content creator. It's very unique. I love making videos, I love my channel, I love the booktube community, I love talking about books, and I want to share that, but I also don't want to spend all my time filming every moment of my life and filming like 8 videos a week, and God bless the people that do, because I don't know how they do it. But it's like this hard battle, because I want to be able to be in the moment and just, if I just want to read this book and just have a private moment and just absorb it and give it some time, I don't want to have the pressure of, okay, I gotta get this review up, so it's this constant battle for me. I don't know if anyone else feels this.
Yeah, always feeling like everything that you're experiencing has to go on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or if you're away from Twitter, like I didn't have Twitter for the last 2 weeks, and when I got on, I was like, I've missed so much in these 2 weeks that I was on, but I feel like that every time I'm away from it for more than an hour.
How does it feel like those kind of social media conversations impact your reading? I mean, besides the, wanting to get away from it because it's just like it's influencing it, but how do you feel like the conversations that we're constantly having impact maybe even what you are choosing to read or what not to read? But just based on whether it's hype or whether it's just like something that we're discussing just in the community at large.
If there's book drama, I'm going to read the book. So bring out the drama and be like,
Like you want to know,
and I'll let you know
what everyone's so riled up about. Yeah, I don't do the whole book Twitter thing. I get my book Twitter information from my friends who are on there, and they're just like, girl, you do not know what just happened. And I'm like, oh, tell me, and I get to enjoy it from a third-hand perspective that's distant. And then if I'm reading a book and I don't want spoilers, I definitely avoid social media, because that will definitely ruin everything.
People have no filter on Twitter. They're like, no, it's been on for 24 hours, here's the entire follow.
Yes, and I'm just like, I haven't read it yet, thanks.
Some of us have to wait a really long time to read those books.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm a strange person being a mood reader. I also have these books that they're on my highly anticipated release for the year list, and then I don't read it for like 5 months. It's fine. Just like savoring it. I'm like, you know what? I will get to it when I'm mentally prepared to get to it. So I definitely try to avoid social media because I don't want to get spoiled, because then I'll be upset. And then there's certain books that I actually do feel like they're going to emotionally destroy me. So I do want a little spoiler, like not too much, but I want to be able to prepare myself for what I'm getting into.
You have a really broad range of backgrounds and experiences with media, so I'm excited to talk to you guys about this. I think probably the simplest place to start is to get a baseline. What to you makes a good adaptation? Like what when you were looking at an adaptation and thinking like, yes, you have done it correctly, what are the things that you're looking for?
I think the first biggest thing is that it is essentially the same thing. And that's a very broad way to put it, but You can take things and just keep like character names, completely change everything about it, and it's not the same thing, and therefore it's not an adaptation. Why didn't you just literally write anything else and use different character names?
So I, on the flip side of this, want to know about what makes a bad adaptation. And Kathy, I think this idea of making it be the same thing is really, really interesting to me. So I guess like what is an example of a way in which an adaptation can fail to do that, is like failing to successfully be the same thing?
I don't know if I wanted to drop the thing I want to rant about this early in the panel. There is something. But if you make an adaptation and people consume it and then can then describe it to other people in a way that is drastically different than what the original was, then you've completely failed in making an adaptation. You've made like a really bad retelling at that point, which retellings are supposed to differ. That's why they exist. But if you, I'm just gonna go for it. So the Dark Tower. So the Dark Tower is a 7-book Stephen King series about this guy that's walking to a dark tower. That's what it is. There's many adventures around the way. You don't need to know the whole story. The movie they made of it was white kid finds out there's magic in the world and goes on an adventure. It didn't have the same protagonist, it had the same character names, and it dropped some reference to other Stephen King works. That's not what the Dark Tower is. So you completely change it. Like, if we didn't need another Harry Potter already exists.
Nina, I'm curious how you as an author think about this. Like you've been answering the question from the perspective of a fan, but like, is this something that you have thought about, or like what?
Yes. It's definitely something I've thought about, and it's always a question that comes up. Like generally, when I've done book club things, and it's always who's your fan cast, and it's weird because as the author, you don't really think about the character with the face that specifically. Like I knew Rosa was short and had an amazing dress and all that stuff, but I couldn't see her face. So it's really interesting to see other people's interpretation of the character you create in your head. Like I've had a really great artist friend, Alex Castellanos, that she has drawn Rosa and Alex and everything, and it's amazing. It's so cool to see. Well, what do you see when you read the words that I put down? But as far as adaptation stuff, yeah, I thought of it.
Is there something that you would really want to see?
Oh, I was about to say. Yeah, I would love to see Port Coral. I want people to feel the way they feel about Stars Hollow. I would love for them to feel that way about Port Coral and to be able to, visually see it. Like, I want to know. So that would be really cool. Setting would be a really, really big deal for me.
To get to go and take selfies on the set. Yeah.
Okay, so I am back at the Airbnb and it was a fun day today. My battery died so the battery I had in my camera died pretty much as soon as I got there. And then the backup battery I had with me died after, a couple of panels. So I didn't get everything filmed today, but we had a good time. Ended the night going out to dinner with several other booktubers, and that was a lot of fun. And we went to a place called Bahama Breeze and ate and drank and were merry. And then we went back to the Carib Royale or whatever the place is called, and we did bookish trivia, and that was fun. But I'm back in my Airbnb now, and I'm happy to have my shoes off because heels were a terrible idea. My backup shoes I left in the car, and I was not trekking all the way back to my car from where I had to park. So I was just, I tried to stay off my feet as much as possible because those shoes hurt. But I don't plan on wearing them again while I'm here, so it's okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna go out and get out of this super cute dress, which I got lots of compliments on. I absolutely love it. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of this, put on some PJs, and then maybe read for just a little bit, and clean my face and all that stuff and get ready for bed, because I get to do it again all tomorrow. But I'm excited because I had a lot of fun today. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.